Bring us home with your favorite game total.
Yeah, look, this is a fun board to bet because I think that there are just so many, like, I think that the Dodgers, right? I think that the Dodgers could definitely lose this game. I think that the Tampa Bay Rays and Red Sox could go under again. But I'm looking at an over in the White Sox-Astros game. And here's why. Lucas Giolito in day games this year, this is like a secret weapon that no one knows about. No one talks about this. He has a 4.31 ERA in day games this year, and it is something that he has actually addressed. He said, look, I know that this is a problem. He's trying to get out in the bullpen early to warm up, throw a simulated inning before he goes out there. For whatever reason, when this guy sees the daylight, maybe he's a vampire, he stinks. So this is also a guy that Matt addressed has just not been quite the same this year. So we have two things working against Lucas Giolito and a very hot Astros lineup. I think that is his undoing today. And while I do agree with Matt as well that Framber Valdez is a good pitcher, I think that perhaps these White Sox, who are very good against lefties, their ground ball rate isn't super high against left-handed pitching as well, at around 44%, can knock around Valdez, get a few off of him. I think that the White Sox come out here, respond to that Game 1 loss, coming off some momentum at the end of the game where they got some base runners. And then I think the Astros come roaring back with some runs off of Lucas Giolito, and we see a shootout here. So going over 8 in White Sox and Astros.
All right, Paul, how about you, man? Where are you going?
I think the game total of 7.5 is very low for the Boston Tampa game tonight. Boston's offensive approach is a very patient one, and I think they're going to get to young Baz that way for some crooked numbers of their own. I still think Tampa is going to outscore them. It just looks to me like it's going to go even closer to double digits tonight on the game score.
Matt?
So, yeah, I have much stronger takes on the rest of what we've already talked about. Like, I think the money lines are where more of the value is with the Astros and maybe even with the Red Sox, like Paul just alluded to. So I don't have a lot of confidence in any of the game totals here, but I do think that the over at 7.5 at plus money really is the difference maker for me with the Giants-Dodgers game. Like, I think that Buehler overachieved for a lot of the season and just was never really a true Cy Young candidate. I think he's a second-tier pitcher, and he's a really good one, but he never should have been in the running for the Cy Young. And if he wins it, it would be quite surprising, at least to me. And Logan Webb this year was just so much better than he had been earlier in his career. I think there were some changes to his pitching repertoire that are reason to think that he should be good going forward, but the Dodgers are a really good offense. So this is more of a stretch than anything because we're going for game totals. I think this is a little low. Like, I'm not super confident in the over here, but I do think that the total out in LA is a little bit low.